Hey everyone, my name is Ronak and this is Python programming tutorials right from the scratch. This is tutorial number 29 and in this tutorial I will be covering the Jupyter. Jupyter is basically an external module with which we can run the Python code. So till now we have actually seen a couple of text editors. Then I taught you how to run your Python program using the command prompt or terminal. Then I taught you the IDE, that is the PyCharm. But now why am I covering the Jupyter or Jupyter, whatever you want. So Jupyter basically is a way to run a code just like the IDEs, and this thing is actually one of the external modules in the Python. Okay, so what you can do is, these notebooks are actually really popular. Its name is Jupyter Notebook, and if you know IPython you might be actually aware of the Jupyter. So why it is actually so much popular? The reason is you can add a lot of code and you can actually view it in the form of a really good book which anyone can refer and also make a few changes in it. So let's start. So let me just go to my desktop, and now if you haven't installed Anaconda, you will have to install the Jupyter. But if you have installed Anaconda, not worry. If you haven't, just type pip install Jupyter or Jupyter, whatever you want, and it says requirement already satisfied because I have already installed it. Okay, so now what you can do is type Jupyter Notebook. Okay, and now this is actually going to run. So this now actually opens up in your browser on the localhost 4x8. Okay, and this is your Jupyter. So what all now you can do with this is, now actually I have opened it in my desktop. So now I will show you the basics of the Jupyter. So what you can do is go to the new and select Python 3. So this is my notebook. Okay, and now you will find something like this where so it says kernel is starting, please wait, and kernel is ready. So now it will run all of my Python code over here. Alright, so now what you can do with this is, this is actually extensible to a really great level, and the thing you are seeing over here in the green, that is the green lines, is known as cell. So you can write a Python code in it and you can also run it. So I will just show you the basics. So let's just say print, and let's say hello Python programming, and now there are a couple of ways to run this. So what you can do is go to the cell and select run cells. Okay, so it will run this thing. So it says hello Python programming. In the same manner, what you can do is you can actually also run this as your Python shell. Okay, now another procedure to run this. So first of all, just what you can do is you can also select run cells and select below. So what it will do is it will run your code in this cell and it will add another cell. Okay, fine. So now, and there are a couple of ways I will actually show you how to run the code. So let's just say, I'm typing this, let's say this is Python programming tutorials, and now what you can do is just go over here. So even this thing runs the cell and adds another cell, or else you can just say, now just let me copy this thing, type control enter, and this will run this. Alright, so this is how you run the code and add on the cells. Now apart from Python, like not just Python, you can do a couple of things over here. Okay, you can actually use your bash commands, and you can also run HTML codes, and you can also have long and nice text which can be converted into the HTML. Alright, so first of all let me show you something. So if you go over here, you can actually change the name of your notebook. So let's just say basic and rename it so it is basic. Now what you can do is, first of all let me just add a cell. So insert cell below, and this is going to insert a cell. And now what you can do is, after clicking this thing, just go to the kernel, just go to the cell and select cell type, and here is something known as markdown. Okay, so what it does is, this markdown, whatever text you type over here will be converted to the HTML format. So let's just say Python basics using Jupyter. Okay, and now if you type control and enter, this is actually converted into HTML. Okay, now what you can do is, first let me insert a cell below. And now the another thing that I would like to tell you is, apart from the Python code, you can use the bash commands. So first of all, just let me show you some commands associated with the the Python, basically the Python. So what you can do is put an exclamation mark, okay, and after this exclamation mark you can type your any command you want. So if we say pip install, first let's just start with pip list and just control enter, and what it will do is, it will give you the information that you actually achieve with your pip commands. See how great this thing is. And what we can also try is pip install, let's try a package that we already have. Let's say let me just select it from here, Bokeh. Bokeh is used for data visualization, and it says requirement already satisfied because I have already installed this thing. Now what you can do is, this was something related to the pip. Okay, so this is basically the commands associated with the Python. But what you can do is, you can use bash commands. Bash commands are associated with the operating systems. Okay, basically the interface of the operating system. And what you can do is, just type % and now type any bash command you want. So if we try ls, so ls is the list in the the Linux, and this is going to list all my contents in my current working directory. Oh yes, so you can also try the current working directory, that is pwd. Yeah, it says Ronak and then desktop. In the same manner, you can implement a lot of the bash commands over here, simply whatever you want. Alright, and now one more pointer I would like to make is, you can also type HTML code. Okay, and this will be the proper HTML code, because assume this as a notebook. Okay, and what will happen is, you can have your whole big program over here, and this is the output. And if you want to reference some links to which you can find the resources for the readers, like you want to give the resources to the readers, you can actually use HTML. And what you can do is, you can also try the HTML. Alright, you can also try HTML, and what you can do is HTML. So HTML is hypertext markup language, and now you can pretty much enter your HTML code over here. Okay, so this will run. So let's try something. So let's say table and it says hi. So actually this is one cell, so just let me make another. Let's say TD, hey, oops, let me just close this thing. So now you can actually type whatever code you want over here. And one more pointer I would like to make is this thing will be stored with the extension .ipynb. So this is IPython notebook. Okay, so now the name has been changed to Jupyter, and what you can do is, if you see over here, the file has been created on my desktop, so it's basic IPynb. Okay, so I hope you got the basic idea of the Jupyter. And what now you can do is, one more pointer I would like to make is, go to the kernel and select restart and clear output. So what it will do is, it will actually clear all the these outputs over here, and it will only show you the code. And select restart and clear all outputs, and the outputs are gone. So these were some things associated with the Jupyter. And now I would actually recommend you to try it for yourself, because this is really cool. Okay, and I actually covered this thing because it is one of the external modules. Otherwise I actually wouldn't have emphasized on it so soon. I would have covered it later on, because this is one of the ways to run your Python code. And now what you can do is just go to the logout. Okay, and it is going to log out. So whatever changes you have made in your file, you can retrieve it next time from over here. So these were some of the basics of the Jupyter notebook, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.